She sat there looking at the door. She reaches out to open it, but something stops her. She puts her hand down, but continues to stare at the door. She looks behind her, and she knows she needs to go through that door. She needs to open it, but just can't. She repeats trying to open that door for days, maybe even weeks, or months, or possibly even years. It took her a while to know that that was the door, the direction. See, she used to just dance around that room, thinking everything was okay, ignoring that the room was getting smaller and smaller, and the walls were caving in on her. But now she stands in wall-less room, staring at the door that she can't bring herself to open. The fear is suffocating, but as she tries to acknowledge it and face it, the fear is nameless. It's invisible, unknown, but it's there. She thought, maybe it's the fear of the unknown. Maybe that's what scares me. Maybe that is what stops me. But she stepped outside the wall-less room and saw behind the door, it wasn't exactly clear, but the light was so bright. It ignited something in her, excited her. She was ready to go. She's ready to go to it and be it. Allow that light to shine inside her. But as she went back to open the door, she was stopped again. She thought, maybe it's the fear of the past, but she has bags of memories packed up, the lessons tucked away, clearly written in a nice little book, extra books in case there's more for her to learn. The past taped up for review at any time. Just, it's not available to live in anymore. She knows, like, that's not where she wants to live. She knows she can look back and review and learn any of the lessons she needs. So she knows it's not the past she wants to stay in. She's ready to move forward to the future. But again, she just can't open that door. She sat there frozen. Her mind started to wonder, am I enough? Am I worthy? She shakes off the thoughts, but they linger there deep in her soul. A small seed that was placed inside her as a baby, that seed of doubt, that was nurtured for way too long. The negative thoughts and feelings that was never meant for her in the first place, but it grew in her, embedded in her. Every fiber of her being is now laced with this toxic of unworthiness, this toxic yuckiness that isn't even hers. It really was just everybody else's fears and doubts that she carried because she didn't want them to have the pain. She didn't want them to fear their darkness. She wanted others to feel joy and happiness, so she took the pain. And maybe that was the fear that others would suffer from her success. Others would be miserable. Others will be hurt. And that tears her empathetic heart up into pieces. But that shouldn't be reality, for everyone should be happy. Everybody should get success. Everybody should walk that path of healing and can walk that path of healing anytime they're ready. But she sat there trying to heal everybody for so long that just the thought of leaving them to do it themselves scares her. It worries her, but she in reality knows that she can no longer heal them. I mean, in fact, she never really healed them in the first place, because that's not how healing works. They're not ready to do the work, but she was ready. She did the work. Now she just has to go through that door. But that was something that kept her trapped in that room for so long. But that isn't her future. She can't wait for those who grew their darkness and despair in her. She can't wait for those who grew their darkness and despair. She can't stay and take the pain so they don't feel the pain meant for them because of their choices. It's time for her to open that door, to take what she has learned, trusting that when they are ready, they can do it themselves. See, they can do what she did and heal themselves, as she was never healing them. Just taking their pain that wasn't meant for her. But it's time for her to let go of others' journeys, as the only one she is in charge of is her. She can only flow with her path. As she smiles and steps forward, hoping that her children will follow her, she moves forward, opening that door, feeling that warm embrace of the light ready to welcome her in. She looks back to see if her children are with her, and with sadness, they're not. So with sadness, she turns and looks forward, ready to move, to fully embrace herself into that new world. Then with a smile on her face, she sees her children were there. See, they walked through that door long before she ever even thought of it. See, they were on their path already, and they were already through the door, cheering their mom to join them. Sometimes we have to walk through that door. I think a lot of the times we're fearful, and sometimes we don't know exactly what we're fearful of, but we have to sit with it. We have to walk through it and figure out exactly where those fears are stopping us, so we can deal with them. We can talk about those fears, and we can release those fears and move forward. We don't have to stay in the things that do not serve us. We don't have to stay in those things that we are fearful of. It's time to move forward. Sending love, everybody.